Welcome to Opinions Like Ales, everybody, your favorite pop culture podcast where we have opinions and most of them stink. My name is Michael Zampino. With me, as always, is Hilton Price.
And last night I made, I had a revelation. I had a realization. I am shocked. I am stunned. I am shaken.
Befuddled?
I am often, but I am also shaken to my core.
Okay.
I am the host of the 20th annual 80s prom coming to the Cain's Ballroom the final Saturday in April. Once again, taking the stage at the beautiful
April
Cain's
29th,
Ballroom.
I believe.
April 29th. That is correct. April 29th at Cain's Ballroom. Super thrilled to be a part of this madcap dance party adventure that our good friends Rob and Lynn are putting on.
Yeah.
It is the year 2023.
Correct.
I will be 44 years old.
Allegedly.
I am closer to 80 than I am to 1980.
Oh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, math and time are like real buttholes.
Real dicks.
Real
dicks.
buttholes.
You know who else is closer to 80 than they are to 1980? You, sir.
No.
Yes, both of us. It is impacting us both.
Barely.
Also, not quite there yet, but soon, our guest.
Lacy Applegate?
Lacy Applegate.
Hello.
No,
Hello.
not for like another 12
10,
years.
12 years.
I think we graduated the same year, Michael.
Allegedly.
Damn it,
Were you 99?
Don't tell them the facade.
2000.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I was
Right.
like, last of the century, best of the century, motherfucker.
No, that's not actually
That's what
correct.
they wrote. That's
Yeah,
what they
that's
put on
not-
our
That's
class
not
rings,
how-
though.
I know it is.
They'll put anything.
Someone etched it.
You can choose the words.
Listen,
That's
someone
not how
etched
centuries
that
work.
into quote unquote gold
Yeah.
and then put it on my finger.
You could have put Magneto was right. You could have put anything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I had them inscribe RAD, R-A-D, on the inside of mine.
Yeah,
That's
and,
tight.
and just for reference, in case the viewers don't know, Lacy, are you rad?
Well, you know, I can be
I'd like-
super rad from time to time.
Okay, see, at least it's accurate. Like my class ring said cool, and I am not.
my stone had a trumpet in the center.
I like it.
That is actually fitting because you are often stoned. Oh wait, no, that's never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
from horns.
from horns, from the brass.
I do smoke weed out of a saxophone a lot.
yes, and by
But that
brass,
is a woodwind.
yeah, and by brass, I do mean military management.
No, I don't like them.
Oh no,
No, we
I
don't get along.
I thought that's not the brass you're into.
I mean, I guess they can't control how overly funded they are, but you know,
Yeah, that's
a story for a different podcast.
Yeah, which podcast exactly?
Maximum News.
Who hosts that?
Oh, I forgot to turn it back up from the intro. Hold on. There we go. Got to get a clean take
We'll
of the
get
air
it
horn.
right.
Good one.
Yeah, 6.5 years in, we'll get it right any day now.
That's right.
We had a milestone at OLA Ministries.
Sure did.
Yeah, we got lots of listeners.
Yep.
More than 11,000 of you
Yeah,
listening
thank
to
you.
the shows
Hi.
across the OLA Ministries.
I love
network.
you.
Thank you guys
You're
so
my
much.
best friend.
Yeah, you are. Wait. Okay.
They're all my best. Everyone is my best friend that's listening.
They're
to
all
this.
your best friend, singular.
Especially the staff that may or may not be listening whenever because they are being forced to look for things that have been tagged with Donald Trump or David Miscavige's name.
Yeah. Where's Shelley, by the way, David?
Where is Shelley?
Did you watch the? You guys watched last week tonight?
With John
Yes.
Oliver? Yes.
Did you guys see the special? So last week he did one on homeowner associations.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And because so many in our population will never own a home,
Yeah.
he created his own unique story just for them.
They often will do like a internet story that's like it's almost like another top story, but it's never that long.
Yeah.
And that's why this became like a bigger thing was because they were initially making one of their web segments.
Yeah, like the one on the Pringles guy, it's 5 minutes.
The
one
premise was like, hey, kids who'll never own a home, this one's for you because you'll need a story because you won't understand any of this shit about homeowners associations.
and it was
then
about Chuck E. Cheese.
And the website was like Last Squeak Tonight. or
Last
something.
Squeak
So good.
Tonight. Yes, you can still go there to watch it. Last Squeak Tonight. It's about 25 minutes in its entirety, so it's almost a full episode.
And it's great, but what I really love is the week prior he talked about how the original Mickey Mouse, Steamboat Willie,
Steamboat Mickey.
Steamboat Mickey, is now in the public domain. So you can actually use that version of Mickey Mouse however you want.
Well, it's about to be in the public domain.
Okay.
They have, and he said it at the end of the show. They sort of jumped the gun on this, and they're like, it's on you, Disney, whether or not you want to sue us for this.
So they had a Steamboat Mickey come out.
Like they built like a costume, like a mascot costume. So a full on, like you would see Mickey at, walking around Disney World.
Because they talked about how much Chuck of Chuck E. Cheese fame has just been maligned and
Yes.
watered down, and he sucks now.
Yes.
So, and what does Steamboat Mickey say right as he walks out on stage at Last Week Tonight?
Where's Shelly Miscavige? And then they brought him back at the end of the Last Week Tonight at the end of the Chuck E. Cheese story. And once again, where's Shelly? John Oliver was like, oh, you just love that catchphrase, don't you? That's a dead on John Oliver.
Good John
My
Oliver.
Mickey's better than my John Oliver.
Yeah. Not bad, though.
That whole story is pretty fucking nuts.
The fact that Shelly Miscavige continues to be missing?
That one too.
Okay.
The Chuck E. Cheese one though. Did you watch? You watched it, yeah?
I didn't watch that one yet. I just saw the original last night. I watched it, so.
Yeah, it's definitely worth watching because that story.
Yeah, it's almost better. It's a really good episode.
And if you've never seen it, there is a documentary about the Rockafire explosion, which is the original animatronic band that
For Celebration
for
Station?
Showbiz.
Showbiz Pizza. That's what it's
Pizza.
called. Showbiz, not
because
Celebration
we
Station.
originally had a Showbiz here. It was Showbiz before it was Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid,
We're the part
I
of the-
knew the Showbiz characters more than I knew the Chuck E. Cheese ones.
Well, let's paint a picture for listeners. Like, we're the part of the country that would get Showbiz Pizza.
100.
Yeah.
We are the Hydrox Cookies part of the country.
Well, actually,
And no, don't you pull this Hydrox was the original and
No.
better bullshit.
That's-
out
no,
your
that's
ass.
not. That's
I
not at
don't- I
all
don't
what I
have
was
time
going to
for
say.
that.
That's
I
not
don't
a
know-
fuck.
no
Fuck
one
those.
gives a fuck.
What I was going to say is that Tulsa has long been like a test market for restaurants.
That is true. Okay, that because we're like the most normal, basic people.
Yeah, we basic bitches.
Very basic.
We basic bitches here.
Y'all got any ketchup? That was my impression of my dad. You're
Spot
welcome.
on.
Sounds
and
just
I've
like
never
him.
met the man.
Yeah, no, I remember being a kid and like I remember when Chuck E. Cheese first came in and it was sort of like a tie-in. Like it was like I remember it was like Chucky and some of the Showbiz characters, right? Whenever they were like working together. Oh. And then
They're like, "Hey kids, we got that famous rat that your friends from New York keep telling you about."
but yeah, no, the original Chuck E. Cheese is hilarious because he was kind of a prick. It was really funny.
Yeah, it was like a Dick's Chuck E. Cheese.
yeah,
Yeah, he like smoked a cigar or something.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
He just like talked shit to everybody.
he had like a Brooklyn accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd like
He's like, "Hey, what's up, kids? Your dad's a fucking hobo."
he was
Jesus.
he was the kind of guy
swears?
that would use words like toots.
Yeah.
You know,
How you doing, toots?
yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, that stuff Mel shouldn't be saying that. But yeah, no, I remember whenever the animatronic band changed, I remember being like super butthurt about it.
Yeah.
I was not happy. I was like, who the fuck are these people? But if you've never seen it, the documentary about the Rockafire explosion is fascinating.
Okay.
It's fascinating because it delves into the people who were just like obsessed. And there's like this guy who bought an entire. Well, there's like the one that got famous for like there was one guy who collected an entire band's worth and then like reprogrammed them to do like modern songs and shit, and that was super fun. But there's another guy who bought one and oh my god, it's so sad.
Wait,
This is sad.
I'm gonna place bets in my head about what he did.
It's no. It's nothing like gross. It's just that
Okay,
he's like
okay.
he's kind of a sad guy. He like he basically bought one like to put it like to have at his house to like make it do the old school like Showbiz Pizza thing.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
like,
Well,
just
and John
for
talked
him.
about one that like was programmed to do like modern songs.
That's what I was saying first. But yeah, this guy
Yeah.
got one and was like, I want it to do like what it did at the restaurant for me while I sit and drink exclusively Mountain Dew And
Sounds like a party
I'm
I go
gonna
to.
this is visual, so I apologize for the listeners, but for you, I'm going to show you what this man does every time he takes a sip of Mountain Dew, and then we'll have a moment of silence for his teeth.
He switches it around.
Yeah, like
fucking mouthwash.
as if he was attempting to maybe clean something off the front
like,
of his teeth
"Let
with
me-"
water.
Yeah, but it's more like, let me coat all of my teeth with as much of the sugar as humanly possible.
He's
Yeah.
just leaving himself a surprise for later. As someone who's
I mean-
maybe guilty of.
Wow, he's out. It makes my teeth hurt remembering it.
I actually only know any of the Chuck E. Cheese story because Jamie Loftus, who's like a comedian, did a podcast about it and covers
really?
some of the same things. And yeah,
Okay.
because she's like really into Chuck E. Cheese, like as an adult.
Oh, wow.
And like did a great, yeah. She has a lot of really like weird, funny, and like limited run like podcasts that are just like she's saying that story. She's
Oh,
someone
shit, okay.
She got accepted into Mensa.
What?
And like, yeah,
That's tight.
and,
Oh,
like,
that's cool.
And then got to tell about like what that was like going to like being on the inside of that. Nightmare is the answer, but yeah, I highly recommend any Jamie Loftus podcast.
Damn, that's wild. Did you ever hear like any of the like the Chuck E. Cheese albums? There's
No.
Oh man, it's super funny.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I might pull some up here in a second, but talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna hold up. Let me just search Charles Entertainment Cheese on Spotify.
Is that what the E stands for?
You didn't know that?
No. Chuck Entertainment Cheese? I mean, I guess.
Charles.
Charles, yeah.
Come on.
Charles.
Yeah, he's not a kid anymore. He'll
If you're
say-
gonna give the full middle name, you got to give the full first name.
Charlie Entertainment?
I don't go by Charlie.
please, Charlie was my father.
Charles Cheese was my dad.
Yeah, bet your ass that Chuck E. Cheese is on Spotify.
Oh, wow. There's a whole playlist. That's a reason to delete it off your phone right there.
To delete Spotify?
Yeah, no, the operating system. Just delete everything.
Eat the whole phone right into traffic.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
I'm just kidding.
Just yeet it out the window if possible.
Man, when my daughter started doing that, it was really funny.
Eating.
What time is it? It's dancing time again. All right. Got brand new moves and they're easy to do. And they're all about me and my friends. It's Helen Henry and she likes to move her feet. Just flap your wings.
Yeah.
And you look like
Wait.
her when she's dancing to the beat.
Did Charles
Flap your wings.
Entertainment
Flap your
Cheese
wings.
write the Super Bowl Shuffle also? This
Yeah.
gives me real Super Bowl Shuffle vibes.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. There are only 4 beats.
Okay, that's fair.
There's songs in the key of E, which came out in 2020.
That's too new.
That's not a
Yeah,
thing.
no, these are all very new.
What did he sing before then? I need you to find classic Charles Entertainment
I
Cheese.
think you might want to listen to that before you put on your podcast.
No, there's not.
I'm worried. Those
Right?
are, yeah.
Yeah. It'd be the
Those are problematic.
Look, Charles
the
and the
Shuffle.
gang. Charles and the gang didn't start releasing full albums until recently. They didn't want to just rush it out, okay? They've been writing these songs for decades.
This song is clearly from 1964.
Are you sure?
I am.
Hey, here you go. This is
Hey,
fun.
Helen, want to play a game?
Do you even have to ask?
Oh, Helen
Of course
Hen.
I want to
Helen
play
Hen.
a
Oh,
game.
got it.
Okay. This game is called I Dare You Not to Laugh.
I like
And
that
the
it
point of
has
the game
spoken
is
word
to try to think of
sections
funny
like,
things to
like a
make
good
the other
hip-hop
person
album.
laugh. And if you're
He's gonna
able to
try and
keep
make
a
us
straight
laugh.
face without laughing,
I'm gonna
then
laugh.
you win.
Are you ready?
Oh, this sounds fun.
All right, I'll go first. Let's see if you can withstand.
It's going to be a weird reason to get a YouTube copyright infringement.
I know, I love
dare
it.
you not to laugh. I challenge you not to giggle. Do you think you can be serious? No smiling, not even
He
a
has
little.
lost his accent
I dare you not
completely.
to chuckle. Ho ho hee hee ha ha. Look at this funny giraffe.
You lose.
I dare you not to laugh.
Look at
Oh,
this funny
you'll never
giraffe.
get me to laugh, Chucky.
But you lost already.
Oh, yeah, hell
you-
yeah.
you
Because he's
lost
so
bad.
fucking funny.
Is he?
He's so funny.
Platypus wearing a tutu. This pig will high five a horse.
Okay, that guy.
Ah, there you go.
Eating s'mores.
A pickle can't high five a horse and he got no hands.
Done? Oh, I'd like to point out that I did not laugh.
You did not laugh, you
I-
fucking monster.
Yes, my monstrosity makes me joyous.
Oh, man. Well,
Speaking of monstrosity, we learned about the Gremlins.
we did learn about the Gremlins. We're getting a prequel series on HBO Max.
No, not HBO Max. 'Cause I
I'm
want to
sorry,
talk
it's
about
on
that.
it's on the Max part of the HBO Max.
No, it's on Max because
Yeah.
that's what it's called now.
Oh god.
Yeah. But
HBO
that-
Max dropped the HBO.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
That's
that
what it says still right here.
yeah, but not what it says. Right.
Right, that's what
Here.
it's yeah, but that's
yeah.
what that's what it has said for any
Oh no, this is new. No, HBO Max is dropping the HBO.
what? I'm going to need some corroboration.
As a marketer, I'm exhausted for their marketing team. This kind of rebrand is so.
Oh god damn it, it's cuz
Draining.
this fucking Discovery bullshit.
Yeah, they are now just going to be called Max going forward. Now, just a quick reminder: HBO Max used to be called HBO Now. About
Well, and then
3 years
they
ago.
took over Cinemax.
Yeah,
And that's where the Max came from.
is that where it came from?
Yeah.
Now they are dropping the HBO. They are dropping the most recognized name in
That's
entertainment
a fucking huge
That's-
mistake.
Yeah,
from the name of their app.
That's a huge mistake.
it's wild.
It's a shocking mistake.
Yeah. Wow, what the fuck?
But I mean, this is the same company that has removed all of the animated WB content. They had all the Justice League shows. These are classic cartoons that all the DC fans love, and they just pulled them. This is the
Even
same,
though Warner Brothers owns it.
yeah, it's free content for them, and this is the same company that shelved the Batgirl movie that was
Yeah.
completed, ready to go, and now has an Oscar-winning actor as its villain in Brendan Fraser. And that's just they closeted it for a tax write-off,
Yep.
and now this.
You know, in certain industries, you get fined for doing shit like that. Like shelving a movie for a tax write-off. You know, in the NBA, for example, the Dallas Mavericks.
Yes.
They had a chance to make the play-in, right? And on the last game of the season, Mark Cuban was faced with a decision. Play everyone and maybe make the play-in and possibly make the playoffs and probably lose his first-round pick chance at being in the lottery. Meaning that in the NBA, you go into this lottery, the first few teams with the lowest record, and then they pull one of them and they get the first overall pick. So you might not have the absolute worst record, but you could still potentially get the first overall pick. So,
Okay.
but if they made the play-in because of positionings, they would have lost their opportunity for that to be a lottery pick. So Mark Cuban chose to sit all of his starters and tank the game in order to save that. And the NBA said, hey, buddy, no, your fans all paid a lot of money, and to see you guys try and make the fucking playoffs.
Yeah.
And so you're going to have to give us $750,000.
Good. Yeah, because you should at least have to
And that
play
feels
the damn
low.
game.
Yeah, just the
That feels
sports
low.
betting outcome
Like
is what I can't
for
get
Mark
over.
Cuban, he's like, oh, hold on, I've got that in my pocket.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Well, and if not, he could go to his Shark Tank buddies with a good idea.
but aren't you worried about like getting murked by like somebody that lost a lot of money on the game?
Yeah,
Because
right. Somebody bet a lot of money on that
Yeah,
last game,
that's
or
that's
on
what
them
I'm
making
scared
a
of.
play in.
Yeah, right now there's somebody who's saying that they're going to kill Mark Cuban.
For sure. I mean,
hope
at
not.
some bodies, I would assume.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever been in like a Vegas sports betting room whenever so
No, I
like
steer
big
clear of
games are
that
going
type.
down, but
Yeah, I don't-
it's
Little intense.
there's a lot. There's a
I
lot
don't
of
even
folks
like playing slots.
with
Like I
money
hate
I've never seen
gambling.
before.
I hate gambling.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my god, it's so stressful for me. It's so stressful.
I love gambling, and that is why I hate gambling.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
that's
Yeah, no, I don't like. I'll watch Becky play like $20 on slots, and the whole time I'm just like on the verge of a panic attack.
yeah.
Yeah, you got. Yeah,
I hate
don't
it.
go in there.
No, I hate it.
Don't
I
go
hate
in
it.
there. Yeah.
Every time I would do the casino, I remember I'd be like, oh, I hate this part.
Yeah, don't do that.
The casino.
That and they still let you smoke in there.
Yeah,
That's a weird one.
Not
It's
a
a
fan of the
gnarly one.
smell walking in there.
And I smoked for 25 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, thank you.
Well, and that's the thing. And then you can get like free Cokes like all day long.
That's tight.
Yeah.
But I don't. But that kind
Probably
of
Give you
Pepsi,
chock
but-
full of sugar and
Yeah.
caffeine.
I
That's
get
the
jacked up on Code Red.
yes.
And
That's
give you all
my problem.
money,
Is if I do caffeine after noon, I'm up all night.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I
That's-
can't do any caffeine after noon.
Man, I must have real bad ADHD because I'm like, I could drink a shit ton of, I could drink a Monster right before bed and just,
Yeah. I've fallen asleep mid Monster. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Same.
And you sleep real deep, right? And it's
No.
real hard to wake you up.
Nope.
Wonder if there's a connection.
yeah, I don't know.
So, but
Here's the
Dr.
thing, though.
Hilton, tell us how
I
that-
slept like that way before I found caffeine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've never been a deep sleeper. Sucks shit.
That's rough.
But despite the terrible branding decisions of its executives, this Gremlins Secrets of the Mogwai looks really.
It looks great.
It looks real good.
Hopefully they don't tank it after like 6 episodes.
Yeah, put it away for a
Jesus.
tax
I'm
write-off.
so scared of everything now.
Cast includes several famous names like James Hong, Ming-Na Wen, B.D. Wong, and then on a second page of credits, they bust out names like Sandra Oh, George Takei, and
Bowen
then,
Yang?
Bowen Yang.
I don't
that's
know Bowen Yang.
And SNL.
so good.
He's
Oh,
one of the
yeah?
best current
He's
SNL
so
cast
good.
members.
Oh, good.
been funny
Yeah.
for a long time.
He's
and then
so good.
The one, this is a prequel series, but who does it mention but star of both Gremlins and Gremlins 2, Zach Galligan,
Gremlins 2: the new batch.
the new batch, with its 2 mid-credits, or 2 mid-movie secret scenes.
I only remember the Hulk Hogan one now.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
The other one was the John Wayne.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's scenes from a Western with the Gremlins. Do you know Gremlins 2, the new batch?
I know that I've seen both, but I must have been like,
Wasn't it like, did John Wayne like mention, like break the fourth wall like Hogan did? Or?
Yeah, it's he
You better
shoots
put the movie back on, Pilgrim.
something like that. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, yeah.
no,
I have a lot of problematic views, Pilgrim.
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, that's a great John Wayne.
Thank you.
I really thought he had
He was right here in the room.
There he is.
I've got the. It's a 2-minute sequence.
Worth
So-
it.
Oh, this is great.
We're gonna have all sorts of YouTube blank spots on this one.
Yeah, we'll. I'm gonna let it get into here a little bit. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Oh yeah, those twins.
The brake keys, sir. What happened?
There's Zach
What happened?
Galligan. There's
They fought
Franklin
back.
Gella.
Things.
And that
Is that
classic
Kelsey
80s
Grammer?
guy.
I swear to God, young man.
What the
You'll never
hell?
hurt anything ever again. Some things. that
Here it
man
comes.
bring to this place.
Here's the problem, Ten.
Sir, please try and calm down.
We don't intend to renew your lease.
Just tell us where you
All right. Now the
Remember
film.
being like, what the fuck? The Gremlins have messed up the movie, mid-movie. Now they're doing shadow puppets.
You do a little link in here.
Let's tell it.
They do enjoy that destruction, don't they? Here we go.
Rustlers. Hold it. Get the hell off my spread. Now,
Was that actual John Wayne
go
doing
on
this?
back to your own movie.
Nah.
I'm like, I have no concept of time. Go back to your own movie.
Hey, could that have been a gremlin?
This is great comedy.
This is good stuff. Really, a lot of people don't realize how good Gremlins were.
Yeah, it's fucking. There's some good shit in Gremlins, really.
Oh yeah, this is my favorite movie growing up.
I love how they have like real tenuous grasp on English. They know a lot of words you wouldn't think they know, but then they don't know a lot.
Oh yeah.
Well, I warned them. I don't need varmints on my ranch, and you folks don't need them in your TV sets. Let's start that movie up again.
Oh my goodness.
When did John Wayne leave this?
And just
Mortal
like
coil.
that, we got to enjoy new content from John Wayne. You looking up when he died?
Yeah.
Because and then Gremlins 2, of course, came out in the year of our Lord 1989. I don't know.
1997.
1990. I was only off
okay.
by a year.
Okay, he passed in 79, so that was definitely not actual John Wayne.
When in 79? Do you have the month?
I did. Hold on.
He
I'll
died
find it.
and I was born. That can't be a coincidence.
Oh, shit. You are the reincarnation. He died June 11th.
July 16th. I almost forgot my birthday.
It took
That's
a
how
month
long
to
it
bake.
takes to cook a soul.
A month and 5 days later.
It took a month to put his soul into your mom's belly.
That's exactly what it was. Here's the deal.
Your already pregnant mother.
Mom went to the John Wayne Baby Induction Center.
No, that was the John Wayne Gacy.
The John
No.
Wayne Gacy Baby Induction Center.
I hate it so
She met John Wayne Gacy and was like, "No, sir," and he was like, "Aw." And then she went and got John Wayne's spirit put in her
Robert Picardo, that was the guy.
cervix.
Robert Picardo was the guy that I said classic 80s guy.
Oh, yeah, Robert
Inner
Picardo.
Cervix. He was also the guy from Inner Space, remember?
That was Robert Picardo.
The one who played the cowboy
Oh,
in
really?
Inner Space.
I never seen Inner Space
Oh, have you seen Inner? You have to see
with
Inner Space.
Dennis Quaid and Martin Short.
And Meg Ryan.
And Meg Ryan's in Inner Space.
Three of the biggest names of the 80s in a movie that is like on its surface should have been no name. It should have been a B movie. It's an insane plot. The movie's fucking bananas, but it had like Martin Short and Dennis, and so it like got big. But it's like a fucking bananas movie.
It's a weirdly like busy sci-fi epic.
Not even really that. No,
But I mean, it is though, because
No.
the shrinking the guy down and putting him
mean-
in the bunny, and he ends up in the person. I mean,
I
that,
have
that's
seen
science
that.
fiction.
yeah, that part. But then
Yeah.
the rest is not.
Well, yeah, but
But I mean, it's a smaller part of the movie than you would think.
okay,
Is what I mean.
Oh,
There's
wow.
so much other. Yeah, I know. That's to say that is insane.
So the inner space is not a big part of the movie.
it is, but it's not. What I'm saying is there's more ancillary shit going on than you would think.
Okay,
I do.
And it's mostly
vaguely
built
remember
around. It's
that now
mostly
you say
built
that.
around people trying to gain the technology of the shrinking.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, but it's real. It gets real cuckoo.
This
In the
leaving
movie.
shit out description has got me more interested in this movie than any ad I've ever
I'm
seen.
telling you, in the movie, Dennis Quaid gets put into this machine and he's supposed to go into a rabbit and he gets put in Martin Short. Now, he's supposed to go into a rabbit to do all these experiments from the inside of the rabbit, right? So this little machine, this little spaceship thing that he's in, it has certain things that it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be able to dial into their retina so that he can see or whatever, and he can like implant something to be able to hear what they hear, whatever. Certain things that make sense. Now, at one point in the movie, he changes Martin Short's face
I knew you were going to talk about the changing face stuff.
to look like Robert Picardo.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, all I can think as an adult watching it is, what were they going to do with the rabbit? Why did it have that technology to go? Were they going to make the rabbit, see if they can give it a duck face?
They were going to give it a Robert Picardo
Yeah.
face.
They were like, we got to make this rabbit look like the cowboy, which is what they refer to him in as through the entire film. The cowboy.
I'm just now realizing I probably saw that movie when I was way too young
Yeah.
to see that movie.
Oh, yeah.
And somehow slipped it in there.
It's
I don't know.
bonkers. It's
yeah.
bonkers.
Well, really,
Also, you can at any point you want to, you can just French kiss, and Dennis Quaid will go from like my body to your body.
oh, that's how it works?
Yeah, that's all
Is it
you have to
French
do
kissing?
is just French
Yeah.
kiss, and it like propels him at 1,000,000 miles an hour somehow. Like
Even
and
if he's like down in your sphincter?
yeah, he gets like 0 G's. All of a sudden, he's like, whoa, and then all of a sudden, he's in Meg Ryan.
Yeah.
And does he make her look like Robert Picardo?
No, he finds out she's pregnant.
Does anyone French kiss the bunny?
No, that poor bunny just gets no action. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get a guy inside him. He doesn't get French kiss. This poor bunny is just blue balled all over.
Won.
Kinda.
And it's a lot nicer to the bunny than the original draft of the movie, which was called "The Bunny That Looks Like Robert Picardo."
That movie should have been a cartoon. It's so insane.
That movie should have had the art style of Gremlins: Secret of the Mogwai.
Yeah, it's insane. That art style was pretty cool though. It was like more like a. It had a lot of depth.
Yeah.
For 2D, I guess you'd still call it. Like it's not really like a 3D animation or anything.
But it did. It had a 3D look to its 2D animation style.
Yeah, it had a lot of I dig that a lot. I think that's cool.
Yeah, it's very, very.
I know we've seen other stuff with this style. I just can't peg it.
Well, and I'm sure it is computer animated.
Right, but that's not what they're not going for that classic sort of like a Minions style computer animation, Shrek, if you will, a Toy Story.
Speaking of Minions and Illumination, their studio, I keep hearing amazing stuff about the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah, I really got to go see it now. I'm so fucking pissed that I haven't seen it yet. That it's been out for over a week and I haven't seen it.
Like, I'm surprised that neither of us have.
I know.
Yeah. Have you yet, Lacy?
No, not yet. I actually bought tickets to the Dungeons and Dragons movie and then like just couldn't be bothered. And so I tried to get
I
them
keep
away.
hearing that that's good. What the
I've
fuck?
heard it's awesome, and I would love to.
But I get what you went through because that's another kind of movie that I'm like, man, I hear that's really good. Do you want to go see it? No.
Well, and I was like,
trailer-
we had a plan, we had a time. I bought the tickets, and then we got up the next morning. We were like, what if we just didn't?
That trailer
my vibe.
did not look good to me. And then all these people are like, it's amazing. And I'm like, but how?
Yeah,
Like, it looked okay. Like, it looked to me like I saw it and I was like, I bet I might enjoy this, but I don't know if it's going to do well. But instead, it's doing well.
So well, yeah.
And then, of course, like I love D&D.
It just means I guess they left the good shit out of the trailer.
Yeah, they just had a bad
For
trailer.
it didn't sell me for sure. I remember like when we watched the trailer, I was like checking my phone. I was so bored. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Well, and that's a big element is the give a fuck. Is I didn't expect that anyone would give a fuck about a movie like that right now. And and even those who might were probably burned in 2000 whatever with the Jeremy Irons D&D movie.
I forgot about that.
Right?
Yeah.
But and I love D&D, but I'm not actually actively involved. Lacy, you actually still you currently play.
Yeah, I'm in a couple of different games right now.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Have you gone to Cam's spot yet? Do you know about it? Our good friend Cam Porter. He now has
Oh
a.
yes, I have gone to yes.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
I thought you said something totally different. Yes, I've been to Critical Hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love it.
Critical Hit tabletop gaming in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Look it up on the Google.
Yeah,
Just to
it's
give him
great.
a plug, he has been expanding like crazy.
It's so great to see it.
All the new stock he's got over there. He's got cool dice towers if you need.
Yeah, I need a dice tower real bad.
Right?
Yeah.
That
That
that's
looks so cool.
the amount of cool gear that you can get now if you're running a tabletop game is so awesome. Like that appeals to the ADHD in me that really just wants a new hobby.
Yeah, we went and bought some of the like little characters that we could, like start painting.
Oh, cool.
And also
They
the
have some
ADHD in
cool
me.
like 3D printed characters.
Yeah, they
and
really
stuff.
do. Yeah, and all the ADHD in me has caused me to not open those. They're still on the table from the day that I bought them.
Oh, really?
But we have a plan for when those.
But there's a plan.
Yeah.
As long as there's a
there's
plan in place.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a
Shout out
date.
to our good friend Cam.
Yeah.
It deserves all the success.
Go check
Yeah.
out the store. Go rent some time. Do some gaming there. Hell,
Those gaming dungeons are.
too cool.
Oh my
So
god! I would
cool.
just sit there like and have a meal. Like
Yeah.
it's such
So
a
if
cool atmosphere.
we've said this on previous episodes, but if you're not a regular listener and you don't know, Cam's Place is a place where you could go and physically rent out a little dungeon that's been made to look like a dungeon. It's very fucking cool, and you can play rent it out and play Dungeons and Dragons. There's like existing games that you can sort of jump in on, I believe, that they have going on. You can sort of bring your own crew.
He's doing a weekly night where they have like an ongoing game that they're playing. So,
Yeah.
So if you need an adventure to join, you can go do that.
Yeah, so cool. And then also you can just go in if you just need gear. Like if you're like, I'm not ready to like play in public or whatever. Me and my friends still want to play in our seclusion or whatever, but we
Yeah.
want cool dice and figures and even like set pieces, sort of, like
every
like
week I go in, there's more
trees
stuff,
and rocks, sort
Exactly.
of figures and.
Yeah.
So if
Maps.
you need a visual representation for the dungeon, for the whatever the ravine that your party is traveling through, you can get that.
Can
gear
really
there.
give your game a little bit more depth.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's like our Sunday activity. It's the one day that I'm off with Dustin. We have different days off.
Yeah.
And that's like our Sunday activity is to like
It's
hop and
D&D.
go over and just to go
Oh,
visit camps.
beautiful.
Oh, cool. I
Because he has
love
new
that.
stuff every time. But yeah, that's something we try to do on Sundays.
Well, good for you and good for him and good for us.
Yeah. And good for the Mogwai and the
Good
Gremlins.
for them. What else did we watch? Oh, yeah, we watched another one. This is coming out.
I'm excited.
Did it give us a release date?
Yes. Secrets of the Mogwai is coming
May.
out May
Okay.
23rd on Max.
I was going to say May, but then I felt like I was wrong immediately.
No, that one's in May.
Yay.
The other one is coming in June to Disney Plus. This is Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion.
This not to be confused with Secret Wars, which is going to be one of the Avengers movies.
And not to be confused with the Amory Wars, which is still not being made.
into a movie.
It's
which
been
is
or a series. It's
None
been
of the
optioned
Avengers.
several times.
Yeah.
I believe. I know it's been optioned at least once.
And Secret Invasion, also not to be confused with The Secret, which is how you would
Oh, that's that bullshit Oprah book.
you can manifest positive change in your life.
Wasn't that like bullshit culty stuff?
Yeah, it's just like think it and it'll happen.
I feel like every self-help book is like one line away from being like Dianetics.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Because even Dianetics, you can pull some good shit out of there.
Well, and that's like anyone that talks about like manifesting. I still just always imagine being 14 and being like, tomorrow's going to be better at school. Tomorrow's going to be better at school. It's not. You're still a loser.
Man. My brain does the opposite, like where it manifests negativity after something positive. Like I'll have a great set, and everybody will be like, "That was great, and then I get in the car, and my brain's like, "Your next set's gonna suck."
Yeah. The other shoe's
"Oh,
going
why
to drop
do you do
any
that?
minute.
Yeah, why do you do that? Let me enjoy it, you fucking asshole."
You got a good thing that you didn't earn, and now the
You piece of
universe is
shit.
going to take
Yeah.
it from you.
That's so mean.
Why are we mean to ourselves?
I don't know. My subconscious is a prick.
Oh,
like he's
bad.
he's mean to me.
It's part of growing up is coming to terms with the role that you graduate into, whether it's accomplishment leading to a job, whether it's a change in your life situation leading to new parameters in your home. And there's a big sense that we need to earn or somehow achieve these things.
Yeah.
Where oftentimes we do, but there's not ceremony, there's not bombast, there's not pomp and circumstance. And because of that, I'm fucking eloquent, aren't I? Because of that stuff,
Such an orator.
we have that sense of imposter syndrome,
Oh, I live in imposter syndrome,
Same.
baby.
Yeah, like at work, for example, Lacy and I work together, and I spend a significant portion of getting any task done thinking as I'm doing it, I am unable to do this.
Same. Yeah.
And it's like you are literally watching yourself do it.
Yeah.
The fuck.
Yeah. And you're getting positive feedback. Oh, there we
brings
go.
you troubles,
I mean,
when things don't
This
go
is what I
your
needed.
way,
Is this more Chuck E. Cheese?
just stay positive.
Why didn't you
I mean,
tell me
you
that
just
he had an
gotta
upbeat
listen.
song?
Okay. 'Cause there's a silver lining.
hey,
Yeah, I feel like
You
there's.
just made it my favorite song of all time.
I just feel like somewhere in this song is
the
gonna.
fact that I pulled that up in that
was
moment,
perfect.
that quickly, that was
Can you send me a link to this?
absolutely.
Why do I feel like halfway through that song he is going to take a break and introduce a vaguely offensive member of the band?
No, well, of course.
It's going to be like
No, just halfway through the song, you hear
Jimmy the Island Parrot. That too.
me, Charles Entertainment Cheese.
I love it and I hate it, Michael.
That's, I am offended and laughing.
It's a rat.
Hey, toots.
Hey, Toots, it's me, Charles Entertainment Cheese. Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion is where Nick Fury discovers that a lot of people are secretly animatronic animals in a band
We're in this the Rock of Fire explosion.
peddling
watch it.
pizza to children,
This pizza peddling perverts.
calling their mom toots.
What is it with pizza and perversion now? All of a sudden, it's just everything's tied to. I just want to eat pizza.
Are you making a Pizzagate reference?
Well, I mean, I think it made itself.
No, I'm pretty sure you made it.
Yeah.
Have we talked about
Hilton, you made it.
Can we talk about my old boss at the TV station?
Please.
I can probably talk about this now because I don't work there and neither does he. But we found out when my old boss at the TV station, before he was at my TV station, he was working at a newspaper. And you're like, oh, why wasn't he working in TV? Oh, let me tell you. Is because before he worked in newspaper, he was one of the storied news directors who had worked at one of the biggest newsrooms in the country for years. And at the helm of this station had led to many accolades and awards. Oh. Until one day, one of his reporters came to him with a scoop.
Oh, no.
About a secret party of child predators who were based out of a pizza shop in New York City. And he ran it.
Oh, my God.
My former boss at the TV station I worked at, I'm leaving a few proper nouns.
Caused Pizzagate?
No. But he did run a Pizzagate story on the air in one of the largest television markets in America.
Ooh.
Why isn't that in your resume?
Because it's more fun when your new employees find it on the internet on their own.
Okay, that's fair.
The amount of
shit.
us who were like, who the fuck is about to run this place?
Well, I was about to say
No, I mean,
the amount of
yours,
times
Hilton.
somebody like came up and was like,
oh, why is that on my resume?
Why isn't it on your resume? Like,
That's
I
so funny.
survived working
worked-
for a man who thought
I survived Pizzagate
a
guy.
Pizzagate story was a brilliant plan.
And
Yikes.
the amount of times that we would all there would be like a work party. And
Yeah.
we would all be like, can we get pizza? And we're looking at each other like, oh, you know.
He fucking knows.
Yeah.
No, we can't fucking get pizza. And next person that brings up pizza is fired.
Yeah.
And yes, he was an idiot for not being a little more scrutinizing about the pedophile pizza location story.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
But it is also honestly a story about how how misinformation can slip by any of us.
Sure.
I mean, it is really it is a lesson for all, because he wasn't a shitty journalist. This guy got to the top of the industry by doing good work for many years. Did he lose his way along the way? Yeah, probably. but you got to be honest in that, he got.
You
where
got to
he
stay
was.
positive.
Exactly, and you got to stay. Here, man. Having a rough day, have a slice of pizza. That's gonna make everything better.
It's hard to learn, but sometimes it's okay to say, I don't have the wherewithal to approve this right now.
Yeah.
Instead of just pushing it through.
Well, and it's also a lesson too about how, it's very easy for news directors at stations to trust their team when they see good work, but you have to constantly scrutinize the beliefs of your team, because somewhere along the way, this reporter who he had no trouble trusting got some fucked up views in their head.
Yeah.
And just got real misguided.
Got red pilled, baby.
Yeah. Or just, fell down some QAnon hole and didn't realize it.
Yeah.
That's what red pilling is.
Yeah. Well,
essentially.
Yeah. But with red pill, I often think about the misogynistic aspects too.
Oh, fair.
Because there's a lot of that kind of like that alpha male bullshit.
Yeah, I think it's all part of it.
Is it?
Yeah, it's all. I think it's all mutually exclusive.
No,
Is
that would be
the-
separate. But
Yeah,
equal.
no,
Yeah.
they're not.
They're not.
Whatever. No, they're all the same.
The
It's
Venn
all part of.
diagram
It's all
is
part of
nearly
this.
a
Yeah,
circle.
yeah, exactly. A
Well,
lot of overlap.
And that's a big part of the problem right now, is it's so hard to fight a single issue because of that overlap. The big example to me that I keep getting caught in is how much the drag bill pushback and the trans activism pushback are so intertwined. And we've even touched on it. And you're a little hipper to this situation than I am, just with having a member of your family who's trans. But I saw these as such different issues, especially as someone who works with drag performers. I see drag as such a unique thing,
Right.
And to me, I'm like, how could you confuse drag and trans? I mean, these are such radically different things.
Yeah.
But then you finally step back, and you look at it from the kind of the right wing angle, and you're like, oh God, no, they're just assholes and idiots.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they've been tricked into thinking that they're one and the same.
Part of it is the stupidity, and part of it is just nefarious. No, you're just calling it the same because you're a dick.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, it's
'Cause
every
it's all pretend, gross sex pretend.
Yeah,
to
no,
you.
it's exactly. It's every piece of shit that I see online that's like, look, they can play dress up all they want to, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And that's when I jump in with a nice, hey, fuck you.
Yeah.
Because that's all you deserve. Because that's just ignorant bullshit right there.
Well, and I feel like that's maybe the crux of it is that like they're just annoyed that they might have to like
Talk
learn
about it? Yeah,
or just
learn.
learn about other people. And so if they just lump it all into one thing, then they can just go, oh, this is all bad. I don't need to know anything else. This is different than me. So
There's a
Get outta
real
here, yeah.
there's a real mentality that
it's laziness.
yeah,
At some level.
it's
hugely,
a lazy
yep.
learning. It's like you don't. It's like you feel like after senior year in high school.
Yeah.
No, I did my learning. I told him I'd give him the 18 years.
Did
Excuse
you,
me, and no more learning for me now.
Did you see that there's a reel going of Roy Wood? Yeah, Roy Wood talking about people not wanting to use people's preferred names.
Yes.
And he's
Yeah.
like, you think Ice Cube's his real name?
Yeah.
You don't have no problem calling him that.
Exactly.
You don't think maybe he just gave you a name he wanted to be called and you were okay with that?
Yeah.
Like, that's literally the same thing we're talking about. Like, all you got to do is say a different word out loud. Oh, my fucking pearls.
Yeah, that was always my example when
Lazy
somebody would
bitch.
say something like, oh, I don't want to have to figure out. Said, okay, so when I started working here, this is another place, we had someone, we'll say, let's called Andrew, and his email said Andrew, and I hadn't met him face to face. And then I heard other people call him Drew. And
Yeah.
so I went up to Andrew, who I'd been calling Andrew this whole time, and I said, hey, I've heard that other people call you Drew. Do you prefer that I call you Drew, or am I not in that circle yet and you prefer that I call you Andrew? And he said, I don't care. But it was like, it wasn't hard for me to just say, hey, bud,
Yeah.
I've heard, people call you something different than what I've been given. Tell me what you prefer. It's so easy to just be a human.
Well, and so I deal with a lot of anxiety, and it comes in waves sometimes where it's crippling, where I feel like I can be frozen by it. So there are times in my life where that much of addressing the thing that makes me anxious is going to be too much for me.
Sure.
To say, hey, I've heard people call you this, but I don't know if that's really where I'm standing. Too much. But you can always just be like, Andrew, hey, is that cool?
Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah, you can make it super
Yeah.
simple
Yep.
and just.
Hey, do you like Drew or Andrew?
Yeah.
Exactly. You can find a very simple way, and 9 out of 10 times in
It's
my
a really
experience,
easy way for me to just be like, no, I don't like it when you call me Mike.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
fucking call me Mike.
right? Yeah. We've had
Yeah.
whole episodes titled about that.
Or someone calls him Drew in front of you and you go like, have I been calling you?
Yeah,
Should I call
exactly.
you Drew too?
Oh yeah, right.
It's so easy. Like,
Exactly. Yeah. And then 9 times out of 10, you're going to get one of two answers. You're going to get either a one-word answer to your question, Drew, Andrew, Steve, Lucy, whatever the hell they want to be called,
Yeah.
or B, you're going to get, oh, I don't care.
Yeah.
And when it's I don't care, then congrats, you've got your get out of jail free card. You got your wild card.
Yeah.
Go
I mean,
hop out.
every once in a while you'll get that person that's like, well, I prefer Drew, but I'm not going to get upset if you call me Andrew.
Yeah.
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 You know?
And that's also a great one too, because that's a great one because, if you can stay on top of it and remember and do it, great. But then if you get it wrong, if you forget, if you're too in the
Yeah.
moment, then you just move on.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like TJ's a perfect example. He's like, I prefer they, them, but if you say he, I'm not going to get upset with you.
Yeah.
So, it's not fucking hard.
Exactly.
It's just a goddamn
Just do your
word.
best.
It's just a fucking
Well, and these are
word.
also usually people that like do not like to be corrected.
Exactly. That's what
especially
it
in
is, yeah.
public. And then that like being like having anyone question that maybe they could have done something differently or better.
Right.
Or moving forward, could you do this? Some people are just not coachable like that.
too
And they
defensive.
just refuse to be coachable.
Yeah, there's a real sense of that, like you have to not be corrected or adjusted. Like
Yeah. Or just ask to do something differently. Like if they
You're not
walk
fucking
in,
infallible. Like,
yeah, like if you walk into a bakery and there's a line and you go up to the counter to the side of the line, someone goes, "Hey, can you just get in the line or
Yeah.
whatever?" like these are the people that instead of going like, oh yeah, sorry, my bad,
They're gonna
and getting
flip
in,
out.
they're like, don't tell me what to. Yeah, it's those guys. It's
I'm
those
grown.
people.
Like, fuck you.
Like,
Me too.
I'm
And
just
I
looking at
follow
the
the
case.
rules.
I'll get in line when I'm ready. Yeah,
Yeah,
just that
yeah,
kind of yeah.
Yeah. Which and you know and that's a great example too in this hypothetical situation. If someone is looking at the case, you can just be like, "Oh yeah, I will. I just wanted to check the case."
Yeah.
And then the person who works there
I'm
will
just
be like,
looking to see if they got my cannolis.
and now the person who says that is welcome back, Mr. Cheese. And
Yeah,
I would,
thanks.
and if you have questions about anything, let me know.
Yeah.
Because that is the way a conversation goes.
Yeah.
And the way that a customer lets a clerk know that they're gathering information.
Yeah.
And that a clerk lets the customer know I can provide more info if needed.
Yeah.
But to do that, you have to establish what your roles are.
Or
You have
then
to
the
establish-
clerk can say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you. Thanks, Tommy. You're my favorite customer."
You don't have to wait in line.
No, do you remember that in the
in
room?
the room? Oh, hello, doggy.
Where the lady starts by saying, "Oh, I didn't recognize you," and then follows it up with, "You're my favorite customer,"
Yeah.
but you didn't recognize
Yeah.
it.
Also, how do you not recognize Tommy Wiseau?
Yeah.
Tommy Wiseau looks like two people. One of them is The Undertaker. The other is Glenn Danzig. End of list.
Don't you
Except
ever
they
talk
both-
about the Undertaker like that.
I was gonna say, except they both did a lot of meth and lost all their muscle mass because both of the men you mentioned are like very strong.
That's true.
Tommy Wiseau is
Tommy is very
frail.
deflated.
I looked up the Undertaker's age recently.
He's 107.
So that's what I thought I was going to see. I'm like, how's this man still alive?
Yeah.
No, look it up. Look it up.
Oh,
What's he like? He's probably like 55.
55?
I think he's 55.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
His name is Mark Calloway.
I don't know what
Yeah,
I typed
I've-
in, but I think I'm not going to get
I've
what I
never been so confused.
Let's see. Mark William Calloway,
I thought
born
he
in
was-
65. He's 58. He's
Yeah.
only
Wow.
58.
I thought he was like 40 when I was 7 when I started watching wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
And then, nope.
No, he's probably like 25 back then. Wow.
And he managed to
Looking
go
good.
by a bunch of other names before he was the Undertaker.
the guy who's alive.
Yeah, he was mean.
Living man.
He went by his own name.
Guy who's about to die. Man who might be dead.
Nope.
Oh.
Commando was one.
Oh.
Mean Mark Callis.
Okay.
Dice Morgan,
Should have stuck with that.
I like
the
Dice
Master
Morgan.
of Pain,
Ooh, that's a Metallica.
the Punisher. Probably got
That-
sued.
that's taken.
yeah. Texas Red.
Stanley was very litigious.
Texas
I'm
Red.
so glad he didn't stick with Texas,
Texas Red, that is a porn star.
Because he's a ginger in real
No,
life.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm
so is the porn star.
Yeah. Listen, he was my favorite wrestler for a very long time.
Yeah,
Undertaker?
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
love him as a wrestler, but
Yeah.
not as a person.
I mean, that's fair. I haven't
That's true
checked
of a
up on
lot
his
of-
activity. Yeah, I mean,
Entertainer.
He's a
Yeah.
big back the blue. You know,
yeah. That
I mean,
feels
he's
right.
like a big Texas. Like he's
Yeah, I didn't realize he was
redneck
from
artist.
Texas.
He did egregiously call himself the Punisher at one time, so that kind of tracks.
Oh yeah, it tracks because they think the Punisher
Frank Castle doesn't love you back.
sure doesn't. Read the bookies.
Watch the
Frank
any
Castle thinks
movie
you're the problem.
show, just and literally
facts.
That's it's the best part about the Punisher is if you do any research, you could watch any show,
Yeah.
you could watch the Dolph Lundgren movie from the 90s.
And we
no.
have.
Yeah. and
Yet they want to co-opt the Punisher skull because they think it looks
the
cool.
only thing about the Punisher that could possibly align him with cops is the doesn't like criminals.
I was going to
bit.
say, is the use of guns?
Yeah, I mean, he's-
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
'Cause-
it.
Yeah.
The bullets.
Yeah, he even treats his wife
That's
better
the
than most
crossover.
cops.
Oh.
Those are real big ones. Oh, yeah. Domestic abuse is a problem. Anyways,
Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion.
Oh, we're gonna watch it
Secret
tonight.
Invasion.
My bad.
Ben Mendelsohn back.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel. You may also remember him from Ready Player One as the bad guy.
I forgot his character's name too, but
Yeah,
that book is so good.
that movie was so mediocre.
Yeah.
Here's the
Agreed to
thing.
both.
I enjoyed the movie,
Yeah.
but I was able to detach it from the book enough to where I let go and I was like, this is still a fun movie to watch.
Yeah, it was fun.
But
It was
yeah,
it was better than nothing.
Yeah. And the first thing we said was that they fucked up by trying to do it in one. I mean, it was just
That's
too big of a
fair.
story for
That's
one
fair.
fucking movie.
Yeah.
You can't shove all that in one movie and do it good. Yeah. But Secret Invasion is going to be a series, so they can stretch it out and do more stuff.
Yeah, so Ben Mendelsohn taking on the role of Talos, the Skrull general, helping Nick Fury uncover a plot where Skrulls are already invading and are living among us.
I was gonna say,
disguised as humans.
Which was it, a series or a movie that we got like a Skrull or a Skrull
Captain Marvel
teaser at the end, right?
Yes.
Was it a post-credit scene or am I tripping?
Spoilers at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, which is the one where he was on tour in Europe. He was being helped by Nick Fury all throughout the movie. And then at the end of the movie, we learned that the Nick Fury and Maria Hill that we had seen in that movie were both actually Skrulls in disguise.
Yeah.
And Nick Fury himself was in space somewhere on some sort of spacecraft. So this looks like Nick Fury is back on Earth, and there is a large-scale Skrull invasion happening. And
but it's a secret.
But it is happening in secret. So he's getting to the bottom of that. And we saw Amelia Clarke of Game of Thrones fame.
Khaleesi, baby.
Khaleesi is back and will apparently go all Mad Queen on this as well.
You know what's funny is I was all in on Game of Thrones. Love Game of Thrones. She's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, great.
She's really terrific in that.
Yeah.
We'll never forgive them for that last season.
That's fine, but just her performance in it was fantastic.
Fantastic.
Right?
Yeah.
Can't argue with it. She did great.
Great.
She was in a Terminator film.
She was Dark Fate.
Same time. Terrible.
Is it?
I thought she was bad in it. Like, she personally, I thought was bad in that
Really?
movie. And I remember being like, oh, you're better than this. And then I was like, oh, maybe it's that she was like, yeah, I'll do a Terminator movie. Terminator is a huge franchise. And then was like, oh no, it's bad.
I'm not gonna
and then she
try.
just, phoned it in and was like, fuck this movie.
Yeah.
I'm goddamn Khaleesi. I
I'm
don't
gonna
need this
sink
shit.
this shit. Yeah.
And that was the one with James Cameron back. That was supposed to be the
His name
chance
is
to save it.
James Cameron.
And I want to point out Olivia Colman. I gasped when I saw Olivia
Yeah.
Colman in this. She's one of my favorites.
She's great.
Who? Which one was she?
She is with the British accent and the dark hair.
yeah.
Yes.
She's been in so many. Yeah. She's everything she does is magic. I
Yes,
love her
yes,
so
yes,
much.
yes. Broadchurch, yes. Yes. The Crown.
Fleabag. Yeah, she was great in Fleabag. Oh, she's really good.
Yeah. She's got a huge.
Fleabag was so good.
It was so good.
That was such a good show.
Is it over?
It was only 2 seasons. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
2 seasons is on. I think it's on Prime. It's like 6 episodes each. Super quick watch. And Phoebe Waller-Bridge is absolutely fantastic
She's
in
so
it.
good.
So, and yeah, Olivia Colman, only a couple of years older than us.
Wait a minute.
Also closer to 80
Her
than
name
the
isn't
1980s.
Olivia.
Not
She's been lying to us.
She's a big fat phony.
Sarah Caroline Coleman, better known as Olivia.
Sarah Caroline. Ba, ba, ba.
Yeah.
She's going to, and there's a movie just called Wonka that's in post-production.
Upcoming musical fantasy film.
Oh, as a prequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Wow, with
Keegan-Michael
Timothy Chalamet,
Key.
Keegan-Michael Key, Rowan Atkinson,
Mr. Bean?
Sally Hawkins. Do I know her? I don't know if I know her.
Mr. Bean.
Carter?
Mr. Bean got mad about cancel culture, and I think that's really funny.
Really?
Have you
Mr. Bean.
He should just keep his mouth shut.
have you seen
He classically did.
have you seen
Mr. Bean was it was like a mute, basically.
Shut up, Mr.
Yeah.
Bean.
Yeah, stay fucking quiet.
Have you seen James Acaster's latest special?
Oh.
So his girlfriend left him for Mr. Bean.
No.
Yeah, and his
Wait, in
yeah.
real life?
Yeah. And so
IRL?
yeah.
Holy
That's,
shit.
he said I'm the only person who can say that Mr. Bean stole my girlfriend.
She getting that bean peen?
So good, yeah. Yep, for a while now.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
But I highly recommend it because that's how I know about that is he brings it up. He's like,
Wow.
you know.
Oh, that
because
he
said
got
that-
mad about cancel culture? Or-
Yeah, like something that he had said
Yeah.
when he was talking about it. He was like, well, if it's just entertainment or you can just say whatever, then we're going to laugh about you now.
Damn.
It's so good.
Yeah, because he was like, you should be able to laugh about anything or
I
whatever.
think that's what
Yeah,
it is.
it
And
was
he's
something like that.
So I wasn't gonna I wasn't gonna make material out of any of this, but he says that I should. So here we go. So,
They
so good. He's so funny.
On My Brother and Me, they talked a lot about the Man versus Bee series, and my favorite part of the entirety of it was because they were joking a lot about his getting mad at cancel culture. But my favorite part of the entire thing was that while they were talking about it, they initially thought it was a film, and then they discover that it was a 10-episode series, and Justin almost lost his mind, going, "How is it 10? How is it 10?" Just fucking Mr. Bean fighting a bee for 10 fucking episodes. Anywho. Well, I'm excited for that fucking Wonka thing now. But
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
No, this thing.
Wonka, Secret Invasion, Gremlins.
Okay, so we got into this girl's invading Earth. Who's the other good guy in this series besides Fury that we're going to be working with? Because I don't really remember seeing.
Talos, talking about Ben Mendelsohn.
Oh, is he a good guy?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. In Captain Marvel, he was shown to be kind of the leader of a good group of Skrulls.
Oh, why don't I remember that?
Because
He's got that bad guy look to him.
that's what it is. Well, and he starts out, you think he's a bad guy just because he's a Skrull. And then they kind of have to come around, and she ends up helping them,
Oh, is this like
helping
a-
him find his family. That's a big part of the
Like
second
a
half of the
Starbelly
movie.
Sneetch kind of thing. Like,
Very similar, yeah. a lot of people don't
you
recognize the
don't
connection.
can't
there.
judge them right off the gate. You know?
Yeah.
We've had a lot of Roald Dahl references, or no, Dr. Seuss.
That is Seussian.
That is a Seuss.
That's
That's a
clearly-
Seussian reference,
That's
yeah.
Timothy Geisel to the highest degree.
Oh, that's a good pull.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do have a Dr. Seuss closer, so
That's
got to
true.
do my research.
And then who's Amelia Clark playing?
She's playing a new character we have not met. Named,
Talos's daughter.
Yes. But allegedly we saw her as a child in Captain Marvel.
Taking a stab. Gaia?
Gaia, maybe. Gaia or Gia.
G''IAH.
Well, and Gaia would have
Gaia?
a lot of symbolic meaning.
Hi,
There's Gaia.
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 It just sounds like you're having a hiccup.
You got to get that throat in there. The Gaia.
Gaia. Sorry, I've got hiccups.
Gaia. Oh, I'm choking.
That's all right. That was fun.
Wait a minute. Kingsley Benadier. That's not Ben Kingsley.
I bet that's the guy we saw. Yeah, that's the guy we
Yeah.
saw that like is
I know, but that's just fun. That his name is like Ben Kingsley backwards. Last name first name last.
He honestly looked a lot like one of the guys in Miss Marvel, but he is clearly not. Oh, he's in. Played Obama in the Comey Rule.
Oh yeah, that's right. And he's in Barbie.
I never watched the Comey Rule. I need to go back and watch that. Was that HBO?
Yeah.
Was that on
No,
Max?
fuck. Now I don't remember where that actually was, but it was
Showtime.
Yeah, Showtime.
Oh, okay. Damn it. I don't
Brendan Gleeson doing Trump.
Yeah.
Unrecognizable.
Yeah, I need to watch it for that.
Like, it's wild. When I first saw that, and it was revealed to me that was Brendan Gleeson, my head exploded.
And we watched that clip on here a couple
Yeah,
times.
I was like,
He's
what?
good. Yeah.
That's Brendan fucking Gleeson? Thick accent Brendan Gleeson
Banshees
doing...
of Inisherin. Brendan.
Yeah,
Gleeson, right?
doing a fucking spot on Trump.
Yeah.
Like, to the breathing, oh my God, it's incredible.
I need to go
It's
and
worth
watch
watching just to see how good he does a Trump impression. Anyways, we this one I'm into.
Yeah?
I'm gonna watch this one. It looks fun. Mm-hmm. I like me some Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, love him. Love the cast looks great. Amelia Clark is great. I love Ben Mendelsohn. Olivia Colman young Sarah Coleman.
That's right, Sarah Caroline.
Coleman. She has been great in what I've seen her in. And then the idea of this intrigue of you don't know who you can trust will be fun to see. You know? I bet I will be. Secret Invasion was a comic book crossover about 15 years ago in Marvel Comics. And it did something that was very bold at the time, which is it revealed that certain superheroes were actually Skrulls and had been for several months.
Oh.
Which meant that for a while, characters that you knew had not been themselves. So it then forced you to kind of go back through your old issues and see if you could see
Where they
moments.
left.
Yeah, figure out where the change happened, etc. And some of them were
But what happened to the original version of them?
they were on the Skrull homeworld, being held captive and had to be saved. So it led to some interesting moments where you could actually see where the writers had planned and had said, oh, Jessica Drew, this isn't really Spider-Woman anymore. This is someone else. So make sure to write her accordingly. And unfortunately, it led to some instances where it did mean that things that you may have loved with a character you cared about didn't actually happen that way because it wasn't actually who you thought it was. So I can see where by not necessarily having superheroes be the ones who are being impersonated, they're kind of avoiding that same pitfall here with our MCU counterparts. No one will have to say, oh, that wasn't Hawkeye in Hawkeye or that wasn't Wanda in WandaVision, you know. But because of that, though, it does mean that it's going to be missing a certain amount of punch in that you won't suddenly find out that Tony Stark was actually a Skrull, you know. So I'm curious to see how they can maintain that level of intrigue and impact while still, while not having to pull the rug out from under us about characters we care about.
I see. And I was thinking, like, you know, you got Sam Jackson, easily the biggest name, you know, Mendelsohn and Sarah Caroline, you know, they're going to cost a little bit, but they're not on the level of a Downey Jr. or whatever. So this leaves more money for production.
Exactly.
Which means that this should be a real fun watch visually.
Yeah, I'm hoping the special effects team will be properly funded.
Hopefully that extra dough goes into that.
Yeah, I mean, the trailer looked exciting.
Yeah,
so
it did.
It looked like they were,
putting some dough in there.
Yeah.
Well, and the special effects look good too. Like the shot of the
Yeah.
one guy's arm
Yeah.
changing looked good.
Oh, the Groot.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The Groot.
It did look like his arm became like a tree branch. Though,
It did. It
kinda.
looked very tree branchy.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh no, is he a tree?
Fair.
But he's a Mr. Fantastic tree. You say he can be a Fantastic Four.
Yeah, he may be the Super Skrull who has the powers of the Fantastic Four. I don't know if that's a thing they can even do since we don't really have a Fantastic
What's
Four
the
yet.
Skrull Fantastic Four tie-in?
The Super Skrull was the Skrulls were originally a Fantastic Four villain.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's how they were first introduced in comics.
I see.
So
you have to eventually have one of them that has their powers. That's like a superhero rule.
in theory,
You always have to fight someone with your same
Yeah,
powers.
mirror match gets all the money.
Yep. Exactly.
Mirror match. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So you'll love this. You know, the Oklahoma City Thunder have two players named Jalen Williams.
Yeah.
Their first names are just spelled differently. It's the only difference. And so they recreated the classic Spider-Man pointing at each other thing for a photo on Media Day when the team first got together after the draft and everything. They incorporated that into their pregame handshake, and it's the fucking best.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like they give each other a little hand slap, and then they stop and point at each other like that, and it's fucking great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's the best.
That's cool. You actually had a chance to take the family to a Thunder game recently.
I did. And in a different story of starters getting sit for load management, the Oklahoma City Thunder and Memphis Grizzlies played on the last game of the season. And up until that Friday, which we went on a Sunday, which was Easter Sunday, the last game of the regular season, up until Friday, that game was going to have playoff implications.
Oh, yeah?
But on Friday, the Thunder won, and Dallas did what I mentioned earlier, which is secured their potential lottery pick. And it meant that Oklahoma City secured their spot in the play-in. And so no matter whether they won or lost, they were going to be the 10th spot regardless. Memphis was in a similar position where mathematically, no matter whether they won or lost, they were going to be the 3 seed. So to make sure going into the playoffs, everybody's healthy. Both teams sat their starters, which for me was hugely disappointing.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get to see any of my favorites play. I didn't get to see Shea play. I did get to see him warm up. Did get to see him shoot around. But you can see right over there, I got an autograph from Lou Dort.
Oh, that's cool.
One of the NBA's elite defenders. It was a great time. Eleanor's first game, she got to give an Easter card to a Thunder girl and made her day. It was beautiful.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a great time. I would definitely be a season ticket holder if I could afford it. But also, I don't live in Oklahoma City, so that would be
That'd be a bit of a drive.
That's a lot. Yeah.
And there's like 41 regular season.
That's a lot of games. What if instead you occasionally drove to the park and watched some youths shoot hoops?
Well, I mean, are they going to make it to the NBA? Are they going to the show?
One of them might not.
No,
Okay.
I'm good. I don't see these regular ass kids fucking chucking up bricks. I'm just kidding.
Mediocre talent.
What if all they need is your encouragement?
Right?
Yeah.
Be like, hey, dribble better.
That's not encouragement.
Your handles suck. Shit. I nag them into getting really good.
I mean, maybe that's
Practice,
the way.
bitch.
Have you always sucked this bad?
Yeah. When do you practice? Ugh.
Oh, I'm sure they won't all be like that shot.
We talking about practice. You ever heard that?
The AI impression?
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Here on the show when you've done it before.
Oh, that's right.
We haven't told an original joke in 400 episodes.
We've done 400?
No.
Oh, shit. That's bad then.
Yeah. These are all still repeats of just the shit we used to BS about before we put mics in front of us.
Damn.
We're doing the same, still bitching about, the bills in Congress.
I guess this is the last show then, huh?
I guess it is. It's literally been the last show 267 times.
Hell yeah. 65.
Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. What if I just hit the end button right there? Should we pick it and plug it?
I guess so.
Do it.
What are we going to pick and plug today? I don't know that I have
I'll start.
anything. Yeah, you start this week.
If you are in the greater Tulsa land area, this Thursday?
Yes, Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday, 4:20. You can come see myself and Hilton Price at the Sesh Lounge.
What?
For a little show called Hash on the Mic. I'm very excited about that. We're going to do some comedy and do some dabs and hopefully watch some people flounder.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
Yeah, hopefully I won't be one of them.
I think you're going to be great. You totally won't reboot.
Yeah, I won't reboot.
And that, come to that show. That's actually going to be super, super fun. I'm excited for that. And then, of course, catch me and my good friend TJ Clark every week on Maximum News. Almost every week. Of course, stuff happens. But of course, release dates on those are a little bit flux because as news happens, we're going to record as often as we are able to. And then we will just release them as we record them because you need to do that with stuff that's timely. If we record a show on Thursday about some shit that happened on Thursday and give it to you on Monday, you're like, what the fuck? I already knew. So if you notice the release date on that moving around a little bit, that's just why. It's the news is news. And picks. I finally did it.
Oh, yeah?
I finally started Secession.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know why it's my pick because I can't stop watching it, but I hate them all. I hate them all. Who the fuck are you? Do you watch it?
No.
Do you watch? You don't watch it either.
No, I don't.
I don't know who the fuck I'm supposed to be rooting for. They're terrible. Every person on the show is terrible. There's like one semi-redeemable character, and they're very ancillary. And you're like, that's like the closest to being a good person, and that guy sucks too. But it's a great show. There's the cast is incredible. It's really well done, and I'm fascinated by it. But I waited a really long time because I don't really, really enjoy watching rich people be terrible. It doesn't make me feel good. And this is a lot of just rich people being terrible. But it is a good show.
All right.
I will secede that it is a good show.
There you go.
But they're fucking assholes. Jesus Christ.
Lacy, any picks this week? Any TV shows, movies, books, anything you've been into, new or old? It doesn't matter. Just something you want our viewers to get into.
Yeah, this is kind of a funny one. We just finished Bee and Puppy Cat. I think on Netflix.
Wow.
Maybe Hulu. I can never keep straight what I'm watching where. But just sort of got surprised.
Wait, what is it called?
Bee and Puppy Cat? Yeah.
Puppy Cat.
Yeah. So out of nowhere, Kumail Nanjiani voices one of the brothers.
Huh.
And it's one of those shows where I never really you never really know what's going on. It's very cute, very weird, but it was something that like when you've come home from like a rough day, so to speak.
Yeah.
Just to kind of,
Is this like
disappear into
child
this
friendly?
sometimes.
Okay, never mind.
It depends on if they can read. Because Puppy Cat
I'm
speaks
honestly not sure where to watch it. I can't quite find where.
let's see.
Didn't you just say Netflix?
It was either Netflix or Hulu.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's surprising. I've never. But okay,
It's going to be fun if we find out that like
it's
you
not a
can't
thing.
really stream it, and that's all been in my head.
I thought I watched it, but it
Yeah,
turns out I
we've-
just saw a picture of it and dreamed it.
I'll look at my Netflix while you.
Interesting. Well, fascinating. Bee and Puppy Cat. Look for it.
We're just very.
It's definitely one where on the surface you see the imagery and you're like, oh, that is clearly a show for children.
Yeah, well, and just like.
But you have
like-
to ask because
Because I don't know, Puppy Cat's little expression.
Yeah, Puppy Cat's kind of, grouchy. Maybe. Yeah.
curmudgeon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And yeah.
Yeah, he
That's
does.
yeah.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He's
It's
got
like-
knives.
I think the
Two knives.
warnings
Yeah,
on
okay.
the side were like fear and violence.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like-
there
It
we
is
go.
Netflix, yeah.
Netflix,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, great.
But it's adorable and weird
Okay.
and just kind of.
I wonder
perfect
if
for-
Rhett's watched it. I bet Rhett's heard of it.
Yeah.
This seems in his wheelhouse.
If not, get him on.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
so
gonna be
good. It's yeah. I'm still not. We just finished it. I'm still not sure what happened at any level on any of it, but it was a really just fun watch.
A mysterious creature named Puppy Cat, voiced by the Vocaloid program Oliver. What is that? It has a. Can we click on Oliver there and see what it says?
Vocaloid
It's
is
a-
a singing voice synthesizer.
Whoa!
Yeah, it's pretty fun if you listen to how Puppy Cat talks. It's really funny.
Okay. Now, are you gonna? Yeah, Puppy Cat talking. Gotta hear this Puppy Cat.
Oh, so
He sounds like a flute.
You don't ever hear him. You just hear music, and it tells you what he's
Well,
saying.
no, like sometimes
There's
it actually you
there's
can,
a voice in there.
Yeah, sometimes you can kind of understand some of the things he's saying.
Okay.
Yeah,
And all it said was something about getting a leather jacket to look as cool on the outside as I am on the inside.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just it's so weird, but it's so relaxing. Like, yeah.
Interesting. All right. Hilton, what do you got?
Oh man. For picks this week, oh man, what do I thought I had something. God, I had something a second ago and I lost it already.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, no, I got something. Hey man, I don't care how close you are to 80. Come to the 80s prom. The 20th annual 80s prom is coming to the Canes Ballroom the
April
last
29th.
Saturday in May, April 29th. And then I want you to turn around, take 2 weeks off, and come back to the Canes
Turn
Ballroom.
around, go to town, boot, scoot, and boogie.
Turn around, go to town, boot, scoot, and boogie. Here we are, blackjack on my back. I don't know.
Ew.
3 weeks later, I want you to go back to the beautiful Canes Ballroom for the 19th annual Nude Art Show.
I'm going to send you a clean cut of what you said.
The biggest adult erotic
Send
art
me a
show
clean cut.
in all of Oklahoma, produced by the one and only Daniel Gulick. We just learned there will only be count them, 2 more nude art shows. He's going out with a bang. We're all going out with a bang after Nude 20. So you make sure you get your tickets for the Nude Art Show. Go to nudeartshow.com to get tickets for that. Go to 80sprom.com. I have no idea if that's where you get tickets for that. But 80s Prom is being advertised all over Facebook, so you can definitely find a link to get your tickets there.
For sure.
And message me if you're having any trouble with that. But come out to Canes and party with me. And then picks. Do I have a pick this week?
What have you been watching?
I'm back on Clone Wars. I'm finally watching the final season of Clone Wars. And I've got to say, so I love the term gay coded, which is when a character is written as a gay character without it ever explicitly being said that they're a member of the LGBTQ community. It's something that I wasn't super familiar with, but once you learn about it, you start to see it more and more often. And I love this. The reason I bring it up is because the second arc in the final series of Clone Wars, Ahsoka Tano is on her own after she has left the Jedi Order in the previous season. And while she is wandering Coruscant trying to find her way, she runs across this smuggler and her mechanic sister, and the sister's name is Trace. And I have never seen a character who is so distinctly gay coded as this character.
I see.
And I got 10 minutes into this episode and I went, holy crap, Trace is gay and Ahsoka is bisexual. And I'm calling it right there. That whoever took over Clone Wars for the final season when they brought it back has a bit of an agenda, and I am 100% here for it.
Hell yeah.
So let's just say, if you haven't yet, check out the final season of Clone Wars and tell me if you do not think that Trace is 100% gay coded, because I even as a bi dude, I felt very represented. I was like, good for them. Yeah. So that was a neat thing.
Finally, an agenda we can get behind.
Right.
And I did not, no pun intended.
And we should promote, we didn't really get into work stuff, but, we normally talk about going to see shows or whether it's.
Oh, yeah. I went to the ballet.
Yeah, you did.
I
go
did.
To the ballet.
I saw the ballet.
And we should tell more people to go to the ballet.
Yeah, I saw the Tchaikovsky ballet.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I will say that I am glad that you told me to read the synopsis because I am a big dummy and I don't know that I would have got it all. But after reading the synopsis, I got it. I understood everything that was going down.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay, I get this.
That's probably what we could do for a bit of a plug for you is folks, check out Tulsa Ballet. Come support our work in the marketing department over there. And if you do go to the ballet and it is your first time, get there a little bit early, grab a program, and read the synopsis.
Yeah,
Yes.
it helps. Yeah. And also we send out Hilton sends out an email to everyone who has tickets that usually has a link to the synopsis that you can read before you go if you want to.
So you can do it right on your phone before you even leave home.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because here's the thing about the ballet, folks. They're not going to tell you what's happening. They're going to dance it.
A lot of people don't know this. Ballet it's very dance focused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's very little
of movement.
dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes
So that's kind of funny though. The one that's coming up in May, there is actually dialogue in the audio that they're dancing to. So if you're not sure, you don't want to commit to like a 2-hour story because that feels like wild. We have a couple of times a year we do what they call a triple bill. I did not know what any of this meant before I started working.
Right.
And it's 3 distinct works that are usually somewhere between 15 and 25 minutes long each, by 3 different choreographers. And they're typically less story driven and a little more sort of abstract,
More visual.
Yeah, but there's usually something that's like a mood or a message or
I
something
see.
like that they are, which will still be in. We'll just put like the choreographer's notes in. But one of the ones that we're doing is called Cacti. Our May show is May 11th through 14th, and it's at Lorton at TU at the Lorton Performing Center. And it's actually a critique on art criticism and like letting someone who is writing a critique be the person telling everyone else like what this means when it's supposed to be a little bit more about you connecting with it. And so it's kind of like, and he's put that in his notes, that it's kind of, pushing back against that. And
I like that.
Yeah. So it's kind of tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
But it's weird and funny, but
I love that.
So it's something that's not like traditional ballet. And I think most of our staff prefer like the triple bills because they're so like they're always new. It's always something that like you haven't seen before, like a Cinderella or a Nutcracker. So those are our favorites.
Something unique, different, a little bit maybe unexpected.
Yeah.
I love it.
And that triple bill is called Signature Series. Like she said, it'll be on May 11th through the 14th at the Lorton Performance Center at the University of Tulsa campus. I swear I've not written that a whole bunch in the last 2 weeks. And if you need tickets for that, you can find those at tulsaballet.org.
Hooray! I love it. Lacey, thanks for coming back.
Yeah, I miss you guys.
I know, it's been fun. I miss hanging out with you too. It's been way too long.
Yeah, it's been like 3 years, I think.
I know. And you're just so beloved in the comedy community still. So know that.
I miss it.
People only speak the best things about you. Do you miss doing the shows?
I do. I really
sure.
enjoyed that, and it was it was a lot of fun, but it was a lot, like the level of work that it takes.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of work.
Hustling.
And it's always hard to like have to disappoint somebody if like they've asked for a booking, you don't have a spot for them, or whatever.
For sure.
That part I hate or hated, but
well, I sure as hell appreciated it because I got to work with Kyle Kinane, and that was a really good time.
that was a great show.
That was a great show.
He was fun.
Well, don't forget, check out the Tulsa Ballet, tulsaballet.com.
Org.
.org. You know what? My
We're
gut said
nonprofits.
org. My fucking gut said org. Go with your gut.
You got to go with your gut.
Go with your gut and go to tulsaballet.org and buy tickets to the Signature Series, May 11th through the 14th. You'd think I should work. No, I'm just kidding. And then don't forget to check us out on olaministries.com for all of our shows. You can listen to Stories with Mom, OK Geek, People Persons Paper Podcast, Opinions Like A-Holes, all 4 of those featuring your good friend Hilton Price. And then you can listen to me on this one and Maximum News. And of course, if you like Tremors, we got Podcasting to Perfection. If you like television shows, we've got Binge with Terrell Norton. And who the hell knows what else is coming down the old pike pipe?
You never know. Join the stage. Join tens of thousands of other people.
That's
enjoying
right.
The sound of olaministries.com.
10,000 of other people on the phenomenon that is olaministries.com. We love you, and I'll see you next week.
Take it from me. I love you.